Hi, I'm Kathy Leimbach of Aegon Leadership with some thoughts on consent agendas. As the term suggests, consent agendas are generally used when the board has several items for consideration that all of the board members are likely to consent to. This often includes routine matters such as approval of the board minutes from the last meeting, receipt of the most recent financial reports, receipt of staff operational reports, and receipt of committee reports. For boards that have special dictates from government on things that the board has to approve, even though the main function may be delegated to senior staff, items can also be put on the consent agenda. An example with school boards is that in some jurisdictions, they must approve all hirings in the district, even if it's the superintendent and principals that actually do the interviewing and the selection. The joy of consent agendas is that all of these items, maybe 5, maybe 10 or 15 items, can be put in a list and voted on at once. It does require that the board members get background information ahead of time so that the board truly is informed to know whether they agree. But then once everyone's at the meeting, Bill can say, "I move acceptance of the consent agenda items." Mary says, "I second," and the question is called, everyone says in favor, and on they go. That handful or long list of agenda items has been handled in less than a minute. Now, it's okay. Don't be concerned that there might be 1 or 2 items in there that really do need discussion. At the beginning of the meeting, you can ask for certain items that were suggested to be on the consent agenda to be taken off and put on the main agenda so that there's opportunities for clarification and discussion. Have you ever experienced it taking 20 or 30 minutes to get through the financial report, even though there were no real concerns? Or there was an exciting thing in a committee report that a few board members just wanted for their personal interest to know more about, and it took 15 minutes to cover that. And all of a sudden, you've gone through relatively innocuous things, and the 2 hours you had allocated for the board meeting are gone. That's where there's a joy in consent agendas. As long as there's nothing that board members are against, that long list of fairly standard things can be handled in a minute, which leaves the rest of the board meeting for board members to have meaningful discussion on big picture issues that will materially affect the organization's future. I encourage you to use consent agendas at your next board meeting. It will be a wonderful tool on your pathway to governance excellence.